Good morning, students. Today, I am going to teach you a new chapter from your book Beehive. It is a poem, The Road Not Taken. It is a poem, famous poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. You all are familiar with this poem. It is the second chapter of your book. First of all, I want to tell you something about Robert Frost. The full name of Robert Frost is Robert Lee Frost. Robert Lee Frost, who was an American poet. His work was initially published in England before it was published in America. The Road Not Taken is a poem by Robert Frost published in 1916. Same poem, The Road Not Taken, it was published in 1916 as the first poem in the collection Mountain Interval. This poem is taken from the book Mountain Interval. Among English speakers and especially in North America, it is a comparatively famous poem. Its central theme is the divergence of paths. The main theme of the poem, The Road Not Taken, is that it is often impossible to see where a life altering decision will lead. Thus, one should make their decision with confidence. It is normal to wonder what the outcome would have been if the other road. The road not taken was the road chosen, but to contemplate this hypothetical deeply is folly. For it is impossible to say whether taking the other route would have been better or worse. All one can say is that it would have been different. This is a very hypothetical poem. It is deeply interested by the poet that it is a choice of any every human being that which type of decision we have to take in our life. The road not taken consists of four stanzas of five lines. The rhyming scheme of this poem is A B A A B. A B A A B. Here the speaker stands in the woods. When the poem starts, the poet, who is the speaker, who is standing in the woods, considering a fork in the road. Both ways are equally broad and equally overlaid with unfurrowed leaves. The speaker chooses one, feeling himself that he will take the other another day. Yet he knows it is unlikely that he will have the opportunity to do so. And he admits that someday in the future he will recreate the scene with a slight twist. He will claim that he took the less traveled road. Here, the poet wants to say us that there were two roads diverged in that forest, and he was unable to choose which road he must take. Ultimately, he decides that he must take that route which is less traveled by. And on the second path, he would go on the another day. Here, the central message, the central idea of this poem is that in life, these two roads are symbolic representation of our life, choices of our life. Here, we are often presented with choices. When making a choice, one is required to make a decision. Viewing a choice as a fork in a path, it becomes clear that we must choose one direction or another, but not both. As we have seen in our life, in our everyday life, there are lots of choices come, but we have to choose one out of them. Here, it is the similar thing. There were two roads, but the poet was single, and he had to travel on a single path. Here, the road not taken. Frost does not indicate whether the road he chose was the right one. Nonetheless, that is the way he is going now, and the place he ends up, for better or worse, was the result of his decision. The road itself symbolizes the journey of life, and the image of a road forking off into two paths symbolizes the choice. In this poem, The Road Not Taken, Frost primarily makes use of metaphor. The whole poem is an extended metaphor, and the road acts as a metaphor for life. These two roads, as I have earlier told, these two roads are the choices of our life. These two roads are the metaphor of our lives, on which path we have to travel in our life, which type of life we have to lead. Now, students, now I am going to teach you the summary of this poem. The poet says that once he was walking down the road and reached a fork. He could walk over one of the paths only. He took time to choose the right path. He inspected them to decide which was a better option, and then choose the one which seemed less walked over, which seemed less traveled by. He kept the other one for some other day, although he knew that he would never get the chance to walk over on it. He would go further on the chosen path and not get a chance to go back on it. As he walked on the chosen path, he realized that both the paths were similar. He felt that his future depended on the choice that he made. It means, according to this poem, Robert Frost wants to say us that when we are going to make our choices, we have to be sincere. We have to be knowledgeful that our choice is good or bad. What is our choice? What is we going to take decision? We have to be clear what is its end and what will happen in our future. So before taking a decision, we have to clear, we have to sensible. After that, we have to take any decision. Now, students, I am going to give you the hard words from this poem. First, that is the diverged. Diverged, separated, and took a different direction. Here, yellow butte. It means a forest with decomposing leaves. Next word is undergrowth. It means dense growth, dense forest of plants and bushes. It means the forest. And here it is also the explanation of each stanza. That is, this is the explanation of first stanza. You can also read it by stopping your video. You can stop your video and you can read the explanation of each stanza one by one. Here it is the second stanza. And word meaning also. Here, what is the meaning of fair? As good as the other one. Clean, it means better option. Grassy, it means unused. Wanted wear, it means had not been used by. And it is the explanation of the second stanza. Here start the third stanza, and this is the explanation of third stanza. This is the fourth stanza with explanation. And I hope you will clearly understand this poem. There would be no any doubt in understanding it. And after the making your understanding, you have to write its answer question. And first of all, here another important thing I want to share with you, that is the literary device used in this poem. Here I have also taught you what is the meaning of literary device in your class. Here lots of literary device used in this poem. First, that is the symbolism. As I have taught you that this poem is a poetry of symbolism, because these two roads are not actual roads, but they are the choices of our life. So first literary device is used, symbolism. Second, that is anaphora. And repetition, it means repetition of lines. Repeated at the beginning of lines 2, 3 and 4. And is repeated. Next one is alliteration. As I have told you that the repetition of similar initial consonant sound in a line of poem is called alliteration. So here alliteration is also used in the line wanted where, WW. W sound is repeated here. First for, second option, that is second example, first for, F sound is repeating here. Thou, that, TH sound is repeating here. And next is repetition. Next device, poetic device is repetition. Here ages is repeated. Ages word is repeated 2 times. So it is the poetic device repetition. Now you can also write your answer question from this by stopping your video. Here it is the answer question. You can also write your answer and question. It is mentioned here. First of all, 1, second and third one. These are the 3 questions with answers you can write. And I hope you all are capable to understand this poem very well. Thank you. Have a nice day.